market views on a weekly basis, sometimes on a fortnightly basis. Or last week we advised you that we think this is the last of the correction which may be there here and globally. This week definitely the bulls had their way because it was all with Reliance. Reliance spurred the bulls and caught the bears on the wrong side, and you had an expiry which was more than 11,450 on Thursday. So I think another week we will see some consolidation, but like if I've been correct, I think third week of September onwards we start to trend on the upside, and I don't rule out the highest close in this September series on the Nifty. Along with that, we got some very pleasant news from SEBI on allowing the mutual funds to invest part in mid caps and small caps, and that has been a big dichotomy in the last 5 years where mutual funds had to compulsorily invest in large caps. What was the idea of having a mid-cap fund if they were going to be invested in large caps? And you had 8-10 stocks in the large caps hog the limelight and become market cap and price earning agnostic, trading at 80 times, 100 times. So it's a welcome change in that, and I think it will broaden the market. Also, the underperformance of the mid-cap index fund if they were going to be invested in large caps, and you had 8-10 stocks in the large caps hog the limelight and become market cap and price earning agnostic, trading at 80 times, 100 times. So it's a welcome change in that, and I think it will broaden the market. Also, the underperformance of the mid-cap index now comes to an end and the outperformance begins. The next 3 years belong to the mid-cap index and the small-cap stocks, and I don't rule out, like you've seen Amazon and Apple create market cap of unprecedented nature in the last 5-7 years. I think there will be a lot of mid cap and small caps which will mimic the same, and you can see maybe 3, 5, 10 times more gains, 10 times market cap in some of the stocks which inherently were very well placed on the business side, but because of the lack of ownership on both the foreign and the local mutual funds, they were always in the distant limelight. So I think this week will purely be mid caps, and I don't expect pressure on the Nifty itself because I think the strong rupee, bond yields favorable, and the global cues of buying all dips mean that globally the US correction may be coming to an end. Remember, the Nasdaq has never had more than a 3-week correction in the last many years, and except 2008 when the correction lasted longer, I think the pullback will be even sharper than we thought. Favorable, and the global cues of buying all dips mean that globally the US correction may be coming to an end. Remember, the Nasdaq has never had more than a 3-week correction in the last many years, and except 2008 when the correction lasted longer, I think the pullback will be even sharper than we thought. So go with a positive bent of mind and create portfolios in this fall, because we are definitely looking at new highs around the Diwali time. Now on the mid caps, there is a lot of bonhomie, and I can suggest some names on the mid cap and small cap. Take it with a prelude that these are maybe some of our recommendations, but the broader market will outperform. So in the mid caps, I'm very bullish on Bharat Forge. I'm very bullish on Bank of Baroda. I think there will be new recognition on the underperformance and now the outperformance of select PSU banks, and Bank of Baroda fits the bill perfectly in the mid cap. I'm very bullish on Havells India given the consumer electric business doing well and the price rises the companies had. And I think Ashok Leyland fits the bill perfectly in the autos to show you a very sweet upside. Fifthly would be my favorite DLF, where I think the unbundling of debt is being very rapid, and now the new projects are seemingly very good on the anvil with execution and profitability starting to accrue. On small caps, I will go with two PSU stocks which are debt free and which have small caps. I will go with two PSU stocks which are debt free and which have been in from my buying list for a long time but have underperformed. NBCC and Engineers India, excellent businesses, and now they will be re-rated. Third would be MCX, the perfect play for both the commodities exchange and which is going to show a lot of color because of the gold upside. Finolex Cable would be my fourth pick over there. And fifthly would be a dark horse, Yes Bank. I've been bullish from 12 rupee levels. I think it now got a positive rating from ICRA. The money SLR which they took from the Reserve Bank has repaid, and it fits the bill perfectly at this 12-14 levels to give you a 3 times return, maybe in the next 1.5 to 2 years. So stay invested, be in your correction mode, buying ability. On the Nifty, 11,185 stands out on the downside. 11,550 if crossed, can see again the previous high being tested. On Bank Nifty, 22,080 has stood out, and I think 23,000 if it's crossed within the next week, 10 days, you could again see a beware towards 24,000. What is looking strong? Last week I told you beware of metals, and metals have given a strong correction. Autos, consumption and IT stand out. 3 stocks which can outperform this week onwards: Tata Motor, Axis Bank and Z. Stay safe, stay well, but stay invested. Wish you all the best.